week on Greyhound View, we look back at the quarter-finals of the Comerford Cakes National Puppy 525 from Shelbourne Park, the semi-finals of the Dennis Brown Victory Dog Food Kingdom Derby from Tralee, plus the final of the Irish Examiner 750 from Cork. But first, we pay tribute to a man who has served 32 years as an official to the greyhound industry. Finbar Coleman, who joined the Irish Greyhound Board in 1972, has hung up his boots as racing manager of Cork. Earlier in the week, Finbar, his family and close friends were invited to a corporate suite at the stadium to receive a presentation from the Greyhound Board.
We're here tonight to celebrate Finbar Coleman's sterling service to the greyhound industry in Ireland. He started off in 1972 in Youghal, and here we are in 2004 after 32 years of really outstanding service, and it's great that we're able to have come from what Youghal was like in 1972 to what we see here in 2004 in Curraheen. And Finbar has made an enormous contribution to the growth of the industry, and it's tremendous that we can bring his family and his friends and pay tribute to that service. That's a very important part of the industry.
I was with him during his entire racing career in Youghal. I was the levy collector there, and he ran Youghal literally on a shoestring. And I mean in a shoestring. There was no money there, so he has seen the game turn completely around. He's a man of tremendous integrity. Never did a wrong turn to anybody. He was a superman in that respect.
We've been colleagues for over 32 years, and we'll miss him here at Shelbourne Park, and I think a lot of the owners will miss him because Finbar was a very nice fella. He was a very diligent worker, and he'll be a loss to everybody, Born a Gun, Shelbourne Park and the owners, and it's sad to see him go, but he had a good run, I suppose, and he enjoyed it, and I suppose he's due retirement. He's told me that he's interested in getting SAP, and so hopefully he'll be back in the winners' enclosure, but I couldn't see him staying away because it's his life for so long.
When I was about 4 or 5 years of age, when I could walk even, I was brought into the Greyhound Stadium and watching the Greyhounds, and there was always little jobs for me to do here and there, even at that young age. But I loved it going in there, and to this day still involved with Greyhounds myself. And hopefully now that he's retiring, that he'll be able to relax, and himself and the mother will be able to go on a little holiday for themselves and put their feet up and not to worry about having to make out a card for the following Friday night's racing.
It's my first night up here since it opened upstairs, and I'm enjoying the night thoroughly.
Well, it must be great to be surrounded here with all your family tonight.
It is indeed, and I must give them credit over the years. They always help me out. Anything I wanted, they help me out.
Well, 32 years, a long time as the job.
It seems as if it's only yesterday.
Well, we were talking to Bertie Lupton, and he was saying that the changes you've seen in Youghal compared to today now.
There are many changes. When we went into Youghal, there were wooden poles with lamps on top of them, and they were purchased from Ballybunion track and put into Youghal. And in 1975, the upper stand was closed off, and it was really the makings of Youghal for the next 15 years. And from now on, we'll have to develop it further, I think.
So what are you going to do with yourself now? You're going to be sitting at home with the feet up?
Well, Anne has a list of jobs ready for me. First of all, I must start at the garden next week and continue where I left off and bring it up for the spring.
I'm sure you're going to keep your hand in at the dogs at the same time.
Oh, I will, of course. I'll be in Youghal and Cork as often as I can, because I've made many friends over the years, and that's the best part of this. You make so many friends and keep in touch with those.
We'd also like to join in and wish Finbar a very long and happy retirement. The feature event at Harold's Cross last Friday night was the final of the Harold's Cross Bookmakers 575 Grand Prix, offering a prize of €12,500 plus trophy to the winner. All 6 dogs went to traps.
One is Billabong Oz, formerly known as Billabong when racing in England, trained by Ricky Moncrief. For C. Johansson in Sweden, this is son of Real Revenge and Mystery Molly, a very powerful tracker. He's November 2000 whelp, led for most of the way in the semi-finals. 2 is Awesome Impact, a brilliant son of Jamela Prince and Abel Ivy, trained by Reggie Roberts for Geraldine Fitzpatrick, the winner of the Labrook 600 earlier in the year. He has brilliant pace from the second bend. He's returned to his very best in recent weeks, and he's won with a serious chance. Two is the Commissioner, trained by Paul Hennessy for Anne Cox and Nolene McCreevy. This, a powerful son of Droopy's Kuel and Charming Jill. He's really taken to this 575-yard trip. He's won 9 of 18 starts, goes up strongly, and certainly won with a chance. In 4 is Charity Jack, a son of Mustang Jack and Charity Amy with brilliant pace. He's trained by Derek Keogh for the Ballydodger Syndicate. Ran a miraculous race in the semi-finals to even qualify when badly balked at the second bend. Expect him to play a big part in proceedings. In 5 we have High Queen Closure, owned and trained by Pat and Sean Devlin and Armagh. She's a strong running daughter of Honcho Classic and High Dingle. She finished fast in the semi-finals to qualify. She needs plenty of luck. She's the outsider of the lineup. And in 6 we have Ronan's Delight, a thoroughly deserving favourite trained by Tony Byrne for Michael Ryan, a son of Spar Nikita and scored a ferry. This fellow has absolutely sensational pace. He's turned inside out in the last couple of months. He's already the track record holder at Shelbourne Park. He's the one they all have to beat. The draw shouldn't be that much of a problem. Well, they're here now running for the final of the Harold Cross Bookmakers Grand Prix. In trap 6 is the favourite, Ronan's Delight. They're here now coming up behind the traps, and off they go. And first shows number 4, Charity Jack really flew from traps, going well on his inside. Number 1, Billabong Oz. Here comes number 3, the Commissioner, and the Commissioner leads around the opening corner from number 4, Charity Jack. Then comes number 1, Billabong Oz. There's been trouble. The Commissioner left clear of number 1, Billabong Oz, and third, number 2, Awesome Impact. He's close, as is number 6 now, Ronan's Delight, who's in full stride, but it's the Commissioner leads into the third bend. Here comes number 6, Ronan's Delight, with a whirlwind challenge, but it's number 3, the Commissioner. He's a 4 or 5 length advantage. He won't be caught. Ronan's Delight in chase, but it's number 3, the Commissioner. An impressive victory for him. Second, number 6, Ronan's Delight. Third, number 2, Awesome Impact. The winning time, a very fast 31:36, but it all changed at the opening corner.
And confirmation of the result of the Grand Prix final. First, trap 3, the Commissioner for Anne Cox and Nolene McCreevy, trained by Paul Hennessy. Second, Ronan's Delight, and third, Awesome Impact in a time of 31:36.
Well, Paul may not be here, but the main man was here, Kevin Hennessy. Very decent performance there by the Commissioner.
Yeah, talk going on the first bend now that Billabong Oz was awful near, and they were near to him. He checked our Billabong Oz and they got trouble then, and he was away then down the back, and I knew then that I was all on.
He's really taken to the distance. He loves that long run up, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's good at the long run up. He's all earlier, and it was always if he led, he'd have a good chance, but if he was behind, it was.
Big year next year, maybe the Labrook.
Yeah, you wonder whether he'll stay. Hopefully he will now. And if he stays, he'll have a serious chance in the lorry.
Well, Ted, you sponsored this stake, and a decent result in the final, I think.
Yeah, great result for me in the final. I only had a small bet to winner to the owners. They were at a party, so lucky they weren't here.
Yeah, there was a fair few quid on Charity Jack, I noticed there.
Yeah, it's a big gamble, and the bottom was well backed as well. Now it's a great result for me anyway. So probably sponsoring again next year, please God.
Once again, the bookmakers are left smiling.
Well, for a change.
Looking ahead now to next Thursday night, Galway hosts the semi-finals of the O'Grady's Bar and Restaurant and Palace Foods. Then on Friday at Newbridge, it's the semi-finals of the Champion Professional Confined 2940 525 stake, while Lifford hosts a benefit night in aid of the Children in Crossfire charity. The Dennis Brown Victory Dog Food Kingdom Derby reached the semi-final stage at the Tralee Stadium last Saturday night with a total prize fund of €26,670. There were 3 semi-final heats on the night. The first 2 dogs to cross the line in each heat qualified for the final, which takes place next Friday, the 10th.
What are you doing here this evening?
We're on our Christmas night out
From
Kerry General Hospital.
Great. And in this first semi-final, who do you fancy?
Students Pass I'm going to go with.
Why is that now?
I don't know, it has good times from previous races.
Are you sure that's not the only reason, yeah?
That's the only reason.
Has any greater significance to you?
No.
Okay, and how about you?
I'm going for Jacida Lad. I know nothing at all about the dogs, but he's from Killarney and I'm from Killarney too.
And that's good enough for you?
That's good enough for me.
It's Heat 1 of the Kingdom Derby. In 1 code champ, 2 Jaskita Lad, Student Passes 3, Look Who's Coming 4, 5 Blonde Mac and 6 Brewery Road. Owen McKenna has Student Pass here in box 3. Here now approaching traps and out they come, and Student Pass gets off to a good start from Blonde Mac into the opening bend, and it's Student Pass that has the lead now from Blonde Mac as they hit the back straight. It's Student Pass in front by a length though from Blonde Mac. 1 code champ improves and shows in third as they hit the bend number 3. In front at this point, Student Pass still showing the pace from Blonde Mac as they come towards the final bend. It's going to be a very impressive win here by Student Pass. Up towards the line, Blonde Mac is second. And confirmation of the result. It's a win for Student Pass, second Blunt Mac, and one coach champ is third. The time a smashing 28.19.
You're going to give us the winner for the next race, I believe.
Absolutely, number one.
And why would you have picked him?
His form is very good. His form is very good. He's come first in the last 4 races, so I feel he's going to be his night.
£1,000, and are you going to put £1,000 on it?
I sure am.
Dogs have been placed in traps now for Heat 2. In 1, it's Calais Grand, 2, Clooney's Rocket, 3, Smiling Piper, Send It Porter is 4, 5, Agassiz Ace, and 6, The Burglar. Here now comes towards traps, and Owen McKenna's runner Agassiz Ace is well fancied out reasonably okay, so too is Smiling Piper. Agassiz Ace now has the lead into the opening bend. In 5, it's Agassiz Ace that's going on now from Calais Grand. That's the 1-2. Smiling Piper may just be in third at this point. Agassiz Ace now showing the lead by a length or so from Calais Grand, pulling clear now by 2 between the 2 closing bend, and it's Agassiz Ace now that's clear from Calais Grand as they come towards the final bend and up towards the line. It's going to be Agassiz Ace that wins here from Calais Grand. A win here in Heat 2 for Agassiz Ace in 28.53, followed home by Calais Grand, and Clooney's Rocket finished third.
Are you putting the...
housekeeping money.
Are you putting the entire budget on it?
The entire Christmas budget is going on trap 1 in this race, without a doubt.
We're set for Heat 3. In 1, He Said So, 2, Nikita Billy, 3, Send It Peace, 4, Mount Leader Gara, 5, Colry King, and 6, Fast Roisin's Boy. He Said So in 1, the big fancy. Here comes towards traps, and He Said So is out smartly. So too Colry King in the orange jacket into that opening couple of bends, and He Said So now going on by a length or so from Colry King down the far straight, and He Said So shows the way from Colry King, just 2 to qualify. Fast Roisin's Boy beginning to improve. Mount Leader Gara behind as well, but our leader is well clear. That's He Said So, and he's not going to be stopped as they hit the final bend. It's He Said So that's going to score very impressively here. Colry King takes second. The result of Heat 3, He Said So first, in second Colry King, and third Nikita Billy, the time 28.27. Sponsor Dennis Brown carried out the trap draw for the Kingdom Derby final of 2004. In 1, it's Blonde Mac, 2, Student Pass, 3, He Said So, 4, Calais Grand, 5, Colry King, and 6, Agassiz Ace.
Night in Cork Park last Saturday was the final of the Irish Examiner 750, carrying a winner's prize of €4,300 plus trophy. You may remember on a previous programme we followed a greyhound who belongs to Cork's 96 FM broadcaster Ken Tobin. Well, DJ 96 ran in an earlier race on Saturday night, and Mal Keevely had a word with Ken before the off.
Ken, certainly DJ 96 is providing plenty of trills and spills for yourself.
He certainly is. He's been doing quite well actually since we had the dog delivered to us. He's run 5 races before he does tonight, and he's finished. He's won his first race, but in the other races, the other 4 he's run, he's also finished inside the top 3. So he's never been outside the top 3. So he's doing pretty well, and we're confident that he'll win us some more money tonight, hopefully.
5.25 is the journey. Here comes towards traps, and away they go. It's a very level break, but Roaming Rebel is out well in 3. Roaming Rebel has the lead by 2 or 3 lengths into the opening bend. Fair Cop beginning to improve behind in the red jacket, and DJ 96 is coming into it as well, gobbling up ground as they hit the back straight. It's Roaming Rebel now from DJ 96, and DJ 96 is absolutely flying it. Roman Rebel holding on to the lead, running wide. It's DJ 96. It's going to be close as they hit the final bend. DJ 96 has the lead, and DJ 96 is going to score.
Ken, you must be a happy camper at this stage. A very, very impressive win.
What a win it was. I mean, he was actually in a second favourite in the race. So again, we were just hoping for maybe a top 3 and win some sort of prize money, but he went one better. He's won for us again tonight. It's the second race that he's won for us. It's his 6th race overall. And again, more importantly, we've got more money for the Irish Guide Dogs on the line. So fantastic. Great night all round.
And the dogs come on show now for the Irish Examiner 750. And first we see in the red jacket, it's Starlet Rose. And this one a very useful performer, a daughter of Mustang, Yank and Tibby Contact, and Wade trains for Richard Stack of Kerry. Certainly needing some luck to win here tonight is the blue jacket belonging to Day and Night, owned by the Cherrywoods Syndicate. This one a son of Come On Ranger and Laurelmore Lemon. Next up for Catherine O'Rahilly of Castle Island, a winner last weekend in 43.14. It's back to Daisy, a daughter of Kilmessan Jet and Hint of Doubt. A very classy performer is Brown Eyes Blue, this one jointly owned in Dublin by Keith Doherty and Richard Simpson. The trainer is Paul Hennessy, a daughter of Droopies Vieri and Making Merry. A semi-final winner last weekend in 42.43. It's Welcome Beauty for Pat Dalton of Tipperary. The trainer is Tim O'Donovan, a daughter of Ronan Key and Wise Beauty. And finally in the stripes, it's Great Lark. Owen McKenna trains this one, and it's the one they all have to beat, a son of Larkhill Joe and Carebeg Picture. We're set. It's the Irish Examiner 750 final. Our very warm favourite runs from 6. That's Great Lark. Here comes towards Traps, and Great Lark has been left behind and showing the lead. It's Brown Eyes Blue now from Welcome Beauty. That's the 1-2 as they swing the opening couple of bends. Starlet Rose well in contention as well. They hit the second bend and into the finishing stretch for the first time. It's Brown Eyes Blue and Welcome Beauty improving. It's Great Lark now, and Great Lark is running up on the outside, but has he the pace? He's into third or thereabouts at the moment. Brown Eyes Blue has the lead. Second, it's Starlet Rose. Out wide, it's Great Lark. And Great Lark is coming now, closing in on Brown Eyes Blue. As they hit the final bend, it's going to be desperately close. Brown Eyes Blue and Great Lark up towards the line. It's Brown Eyes Blue that has won it. Great Lark is second. Confirmation of the outcome. It's a win here for Brown Eyes Blue in 41.68. Great Lark second, and third, Welcome Beauty. Paul, a very good win here at Corriheen Park. It's always nice to have a win here, isn't it?
It's very special, especially the year's energy took everything we had, so it's nice to come down and get something back off you. But it was, Mal, thanks very much. It was a lovely win. We've tried to win this stake on occasion. Actually, her mother won the stake before, beating Hello Bud, you remember, in the real cracker of a final here, Making Merry. So it's kind of, history repeating itself.
An exciting enough finish, holding on from Great Lark.
Yeah, it was. There was nothing in it, I'd say. A bit of a card in the end, and we got first run, we got the lucky run, and held on. The Great Lark ran a great dog, as he always does, but just didn't get to her tonight on this occasion.
Tom, looking back at the stake itself, it was a fairly eventful stake.
Yes, we were delighted with our involvement. It was the Examiner's first year being involved in this stake. We've sponsored other stakes, but it was our first time ever doing a marathon stake. Unfortunately, I was the tipster for the evening, and I went with Great Lark. But on the night, actually, I knew he was at such restricted odds. I had a few euros on Paul Hennessy's pitch to be placed, so we're taking a few quid out of that.
Looking ahead to next Saturday, Cork hosts the semi-finals of the Tiny Spud Open 550. At Thurles, it's the semi-finals of the Blackjack Tom Open Bitch Stake, and at Waterford, the Track Bookmakers 730 gets underway. Last Saturday night saw the quarter-finals of the Comerford Capes National Puppy 525 at Shelbourne Park, with a total prize fund of €50,000. Droopy's Leroy, who ran in the last heat, continues to hold on as outright favourite. Ian Fortune takes us through the action.
In the opening heat, Droopy's Corelli, trained by Owen McKenna, was the red-hot favourite. He only needed to avoid early trouble to come home in front. And off they go. Number 3, Droopy's Corelli, off to a good start, but takes a bump. Number 5, Abdul Hills leads to the bend from the 1 on Kyle Arney. Then comes number 3, Droopy's Corelli, but around the opening corners, it's number 5, Abdul Hills. Here comes number 3 now, Droopy's Corelli on the outside, showing fine power. It's Droopy's Corelli and Kyle Arney. They're neck and neck into the third bend. Kyle Arney leads from number 3, Droopy's Corelli. Then comes number 5, Abdul Hills, but it's number 1, Kyle Arney, that's going to turn for home in control from number 3, Droopy's Corelli. Here comes number 6, Mullicash, with a powerful looking charge, but it's number 1, Kyle Arney, an impressive victory. Second, number 3, Droopy's Corelli. Third was number 6, Mullicash. The winning time, 28.68.
Michael, it's great to see you back here tonight and on a winning streak.
Yeah, we've been back a few nights now trying to get the winning streak, but sure, it is great, and I'm enjoying the dogs, and I'm enjoying looking at the success of the industry too. It is great to come to Shelbourne Park and see the big crowds here and the young people here, yeah. But it's better becoming racing than coming as a member of the board.
And Michael, he ran a great race here tonight.
Yeah, he's been a very good dog, but he just never seemed to get it as well together as he did tonight. He ran an excellent race down in Tralee over the 570, and we really were only debating about coming up to such a high fly stake as this. but he's a good stayer, and we were hoping that he'd be a good dog for next year for the longer distances. Don't think he has the class for this stake, but he's all right.
Well, you never know.
You never know. Keep the fingers crossed.
There was an open look to the second heat, but Saint of Champions, racing in the red jacket, was made the warm favourite. He had an ideal draw on the rail. And off they go, and first to show us trap number 1, Saint of Champion, leads to the bend. Number 2, Field of Pride, going to put on second on the outside. Number 6, Droopy's Jordan, but around the bend is number 1, Saint of Champions that leads. Number 2, Field of Pride is his nearest rival. Then comes number 3, Broadacre's Tommy, but down the far side, it's number 1, Saint of Champions that leads. Number 2, Field of Pride is trying to close on the outside, but it's number 1, Saint of Champions, leads round the third bend. Number 2, Field of Pride, running a big race in second. Then comes number 3, Broadacre's Tommy, but around the final bend is number 1, Saint of Champions. He's going to lead up the home straight. They're in finishing order 1, 2 and 4 at the moment. 1 wins it, Saint of Champions. Second, number 2, Field of Pride. Third was number 4, Born at Last. She was finishing like a train. The winning time 28.58. On to the intriguing Heat 3. Tyra, Darrell and Cleve Hill were only separated by 100th of a second in the previous round. Which one would emerge triumphant? Trap 2, Tyra Darrell was the favourite. And off they go. Number 2, Tyra Darrell off to a flyer. Leads to the bend from the outside. Number 6, Mint Condition in the middle. Number 3, Greenviewville, but around the bend is number 2, Tyra Darrell that leads from trap number 3, Greenviewville on the outside. Number 6, Mint Condition, but down the far side. And Tyra Darrell is settling him there. He's gone well clear now, about 6 lengths clear. Number 1, Mustang Zapper in chase. Then comes trap number 6, Mint Condition. But around the final 2 bends, it's number 2, Tyra Darrell that's going to race to an emphatic victory. Second, number 1, Mustang Zapper. And third, number 6, Mint Condition. But Tyra Darrell, a highly impressive winner. Second, number 1, Mustang Zapper. Third was number 6, Mint Condition. The winning time 28.78. Despite suffering defeat last time, Droopy's Leroy was made the hot favourite in the final heat. Though wearing the red jacket, he couldn't afford any mistakes. And away they go, and first to show number 1, Droopy's Leroy. He's moving wide. It's number 3, Gallus in second spot. Then comes number 6, Dalcash Viga, but around the bend. Droopy's Leroy on the outside, but he's forced out. Number 5 now, Digital squeezes through, and he leads down the far side. It's Digital by 4 lengths to number 1, Droopy's Leroy. Then comes number 2, Fahan Emmett showing fine dash, but it's number 5, Digital that leads around the third bend. Number 1, Droopy's Leroy gives chase. Then comes 2, Fahan Emmett, but it's all over. Number 5, Digital. This is a strong running performer. Leads up the home straight. Number 5, Digital goes on to win it. Second, number 1, Droopy's Leroy. Third, number 2, Fahan Emmett. The winning time 28.70. Well, Aidan, we've just seen the final heat, and Droopy's Leroy, the favourite for outright honours after suffering a bit of a shock defeat. It's an open competition.
Absolutely, very open, and there's a half dozen of dogs that would generally, I suppose, be money on to win the contest in other years, but there's classes so high this year that any one of 6 could win it. And Droopy's Leroy was very impressive in defeat, got troubled early, and I think he's still the dog to beat.
It certainly is a top-class competition. I know you have one yourself, Mullicash. He ran earlier on, and Stephen Burke, his trainer, was caught on camera as saying you're trying to get your money back with them.
Well, hopefully. I think that the stake has come too early for him. I think maybe early next year when he goes up a little bit in trip, and I think we made a mistake by not seeding him. And I think if we had seeded him wide, he might be a bit better off. But maybe the look of the draw will keep him on the outside anyway.
Well, as you say, maybe he'll get 5 or 6. He does have the pace to win it, and you never know. It's been won by an outsider or 2 in the past.
Absolutely, and he's coming to form maybe at the right time. Maybe it's coming a little early for him, but I leave it in Stephen's hand now to produce him right for the semi-final.
So fingers crossed we'll be talking to you in a fortnight's time.
Please God.
In next week's programme, we'll have the final of the Kingdom Derby from Tralee, the semi-finals of both the National Puppy Stake and the Banbury Bookmakers Open 550 from Shelbourne Park, along with all the action from a benefit night at Galway in aid of St Annan's National School.
For a complete fixtures list and more information, log on to the Irish Greyhound website at www.igb.ie.